welcome to the Tuned In Podcast. Make some motherfucking noise.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We in this bitch. I am your host, Tunde, a.k.a. TunGotJokes, a.k.a. Chocolate Papí for all my regular people, a.k.a. Chocolate Baba for all my Niger people, a.k.a. the Nigerian Don Dada. I just made that up, so I throw that in there. A.k.a. Mr. Fresh sometimes, but not all the time, because then you expect too much. A.k.a. him Duncan, the Hall of Famer, because I did it my way. I got my main man here with me. I like to call him Mr. L.A., but the people know him as T-Red. Let's make some noise for T-Red.
What's happening? What's happening? Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Another one.
Co-host of the Tuned In Podcast. Been holding down with me for years. You know what I'm saying? Real official tissue nigga. And we got a special guest here today. This brother wears a multitude of hats. He is a Los Angeles native. He is somebody that has experienced Los Angeles on a multitude of levels, the highs, the lows, the extremes, and the exciting. You know what I'm saying? This person is somebody that I am actually honored to have on the show because he's not only a friend, but inspiration, because I've literally lived in the same house with this brother, seeing him grinding from the couch to now where he's at to this day. You know what I'm saying? And I really believe that he deserves his flowers. So I would want to make some noise for the creative director, music director, and fashion designer, M.Dot. Let's make some noise.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
You got to add magazine owner.
And magazine owner. Yeah. Hold on. Talk your shit. Say what else, man. Say what else,
magazine owner, manufacturer owner, you know.
Manufacturer owner, not just fashion designer. Fashion magazine owner.
He the first nigga when you give niggas their whole intro. Niggas like, man, thank you so much. He like, hold on, nigga.
Hold on.
You missed a few things, right?
You missed a few things. Hold on. My bad. Hey, I was trying to give you a good intro. I gave a nigga the oop. He was like, hold on, pass that again. Hold on, nigga. Throw that a little higher next time, nigga. I can jump for real, nigga. You throwing it low.
But thank you for
windmill this bitch.
Thank you for having me, man. I've seen what you guys been doing with this platform, and you know, I really appreciate what you guys are doing, shining the light, you know, on people, and I love the journalism behind it. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. And not to throw you under the bus, but to all other podcasts that wanted him to get on the show that he denied, this nigga wanted to give me the exclusive.
Yeah.
So y'all get y'all shit up, man. Welcome, you know what I'm saying?
This is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Is true.
Not everybody want to sit down with y'all, but niggas want to come sit down and talk that shit with us, man. So
let me get the rest of y'all, but this is it. This is my guy, you know.
Yeah, nothing against y'all, but we're better. Anyway, so let's start from the beginning, my brother. M.Dot, M Dizzle. We ain't gonna say your government. We just gonna leave it as just some cool shit that people know if they know you.
M.Dot, a.k.a. M.Dot for mayor, a.k.a. Dottie, a.k.a. the mayor, a.k.a. the vision.
A.K.A. that nigga with a bunch of fucking nicknames like Tune. I'm here for it.
Clearly, you keep leaving shit out, man. You
evidently.
Step your shit up.
I know. Maybe we should do some more. Maybe some more homework research.
One of my nicknames.
Hey, it's all good, brother. It's all good. You tell the people who you are. Fuck it. Let them know. That's what we got the platform for.
I said, yeah, okay.
Okay. So, let's start from the beginning then, my G. I just want to know, initially, what part of Los Angeles are you from, and did you grow up in?
Well, I was born in Pasadena, raised in Pasadena, but lived back and forth between South Central LA. You know, then I went to high school in Lancaster and then moved back to LA. And I've lived all over LA for real throughout my whole life. So I've seen all kind of parts of LA. So, yeah, I would just say overall LA native. I've experienced a bunch of different parts, you know.
Right.
Dope.
So what was your high school experience like?
High school
in Lancaster, because I know Lancaster is a little farther out.
Yeah, it was definitely a change. But I think I've always been a creative. I've always wanted to be a creative ever since high school. So my high school was me. I used to like customize people's sneakers and customize people's jeans, like for money, like to hustle.
Oh, so that's what you've been on since early. You've been on.
Yeah. So I've been on since early. My name been M.Dot since my freshman year. You know.
Nice.
So that's
where did that originally come from?
Well,
did it come from
my name
S.Dot?
Well, yeah, of course. Like, you know,
of course.
Jay's my favorite rapper. He influenced the whole, you know, a whole culture, a whole generation of people, you know. So, but my real name is Marcus, so it stands for Marcus Does Overtime. Right. So I just made mine like mean something, you know, like an acronym.
I didn't know that. Congrats.
Yeah.
That's
you know,
dope shit right there.
You know, I got layers. It's always something.
Marcus Does Overtime.
Yeah.
All right.
So wait, what came first though? The dot or that?
was M.Dot.
No, I'm saying so.
Marcus
You came up with
does
that, and then
overtime.
I get it, but it's just like after you just said, "Fuck it, I'm finna make it M.Dot." Like that's just
Well,
what it's
yeah,
gonna
that was the acronym of it, and then I think just everybody just started calling me Dot, and they just shortened it, you know.
be. Got you.
So it's been that way since I was like 15. You know, that's just been the name everybody knows me as.
Right. Okay, so you've been in the creative mode since high school. You said, did anything spark stuff like that for you when in your youth, growing up in Los Angeles or in general, that kind of helped you stay away from the culture which is Los Angeles, which is being outside and being influenced by gangs and stuff like that? Do you think that was something that sparked early, or was it something different?
Definitely, yeah, it sparked early. I would say around like 9 or 10 is when I kind of just started seeing things differently, and I didn't really know like how to like harness, whatever I was seeing or feeling. But a lot of my friends game banged, and a lot of my family does.
Does, or willing to go there. Continue.
If need be. Like,
yeah, actually, shout out to all the gang members in the family.
Where that gun noise?
Yeah, gun noise. Shout out to y'all. Anyway, we're listening. There's no judgment here on Tuned In. Continue.
Yo, I'm dead. So I think like, I've always been a student. I've always been a student of the game and studied hip hop and hip hop culture. Since I can remember, all my rooms, growing up, all my rooms when I was able to, have my own room at like probably like 10 or some shit like that, is like they're all covered in posters. Every inch of the wall, the ceiling, they're covered in rap
Shit from
posters.
like Source and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Magazine posters and just
Vibe,
magazine pages.
shit like that.
Yeah, every single inch in every
Really?
place we ever lived.
I know niggas that have rooms like that with posters and shit like that everywhere, shit like that.
Yeah, people do it. Got like it's like aesthetic thing now. Like people got it. Like different sets you can rent
right?
that
Yeah,
look like that.
Yeah,
no, but that's literally how my room looked, but like even crazier. Like
right. No, I understand. Mine shit. Did you have like posters and shit in the room?
For sure.
I think it's an era thing. I don't know what.
Yeah, you got the hoopers. You got.
I was about to say I had the basketball and hip hop.
You got the rappers.
The rappers, the fashion designers.
I like the clothing lines. Yeah,
I had bad bitches on my shit too. So
the bad bitch was on my closet.
Okay.
That's where I had them all in my closet.
Right. Yeah. You have to specify. This is the bad bitch section.
Yeah.
This is the cool nigga section. This is the baller section.
Yeah, the basketball. Yeah, yeah. It was all
Word.
the sneaker section. So it was so I think like, I always just been like kind of obsessed with pop culture, like from jump, and just diving on into it. And I've been into the history of hip hop from the, all the way from the 70s, 80s. Like I've knew that since before.
Because in general, if we even talk about now your style now, this is a real East Coast look you got rolling right now.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The best. That's not to say niggas don't be on their stylish shit out here, but that's the East Coast vibe. So you've meshed your surrounding with a different culture of fashion early, I guess.
Yeah. I was influenced heavy by East Coast. Like I think like I listened to a lot of West Coast stuff too, and obviously just surrounded by that, but East Coast, I was definitely like I loved Biggie. Like even throughout all the beef, I just loved Biggie. You know what I mean?
Fuck Tupac.
I love Nas. I've always loved Gangstar. But I love I ain't never
niggas don't know nothing about Gangstar.
Yeah, never that. But it's like
hard.
But also love all my LA artists and just LA just influences and culture and growing up watching Boys in the Hood and Mid Society, like that's like. Shit to us, that's kind of like what we proud of. Like,
prime LA shit, prime.
Nigga go watch that every day. Not
right.
Those are the classic movies that you don't even get tired of. You know what's gonna happen. You know who's in it. You know what the plot is, but you still watch it again like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's edited on BET, still watch that shit.
We love. I feel like I love seeing, stuff that's made in LA. It's like my favorite thing. Like,
Same.
it's like even though I didn't been there, seen that. It's just something so dope about like iconic stuff
like
that
like
get made.
Snowfall.
It's just
what's a movie that's in LA that I feel like don't get mentioned enough, and the
What?
scenery is very dope. White Man Can't Jump.
Oh yeah,
They
right.
show
Didn't
some
he
real
get-
LA
What?
shit in that movie.
Yeah.
You know what?
They show real LA shit in that movie.
Literally back if you you know what's the crazy thing? I gotta go watch that again because
Yeah, it's
now
real LA
that was
shit.
one of my favorite movies too.
They
but-
like in the jungles. They like
You
on
gotta say that's a
yeah,
whole
dude,
Sean Adams,
Wesley
era.
Snipes lived in the
Bridge.
jungles, didn't he?
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
crib was in the
Mhm.
jungles, right? Yeah,
That's
The
a whole
the Vista
gangbanging
View.
era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Vista View. That's what their apartments was called.
The Vista
Vista
View.
View.
Remember, she
yeah.
was like, I don't see no Vista, and I damn sure don't
Just
see
see
no
no
view.
view, right? Yeah. Okay, hey, shout
Right.
out to our Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, you know,
historian
you
here.
know me.
This
You
nigga's
know
an
me.
almanac.
You know
You know
me.
what
I love
I'm saying?
that.
He got all the facts.
I love that. I love meeting fellow natives. You know what I'm saying? Because there's not that many of us. Like
For sure.
that are
Shit.
especially like in the entertainment space or
Okay.
industry
Like, genuinely.
space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I
Like-
meet LA niggas all the time.
Yeah,
but I get too also, and that's why I even say like at times I find it very interesting to have people that are from LA here, whether T-Rex here all the time, but like whether he's here or not, because it's like I get a different perspective of the pie that everybody got a piece of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
By y'all all growing, that's why he was asking specific questions. Did you go to this high school? Did you go to this? You know what I'm saying? Because it then triggers certain things. Oh, now I can not even I can view you this way, but now I have a better understanding of you
For sure.
based off of things that you know about that area, things
Yeah, it
that you
helps.
know about growing up, things that you know what I'm saying? It always helps like that.
Yeah.
So then my next question to you is, did you have any siblings growing up? Did you have what were some of your first influences growing up?
You see, siblings. Yes, I have like a bunch of siblings.
Oh, you come from one of them families. Shout out to Los Angeles people. They be fucking.
Yeah, well,
So he
I
got a
always
bunch of
say
half.
that.
I done
Well,
said this before with other
yeah,
podcasts. I love Los Angeles natives because man, they definitely get down with the get down. Everybody got a half everything. Brother, sister. There's not one person born alone in this bitch. Go for it.
yeah. It's there's definitely I have a lot of I have a handful of half siblings and step, which I
course.
consider my actual brother and sister.
Mhm.
So I would say probably about 13.
Time. Okay. Hold
Yeah.
on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
What? That was
Hold
good.
on. You have 13 siblings?
Yeah, I'm basically the oldest. I have an older brother, but
What?
he's the older step brother,
nigga?
but I'm basically like the big bro, like. So yeah, and they
We're gonna
all
clap for that. Shout out to your peoples.
yeah. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters, literally like literally like
Really, shout out to them.
because they
Some of
actually
them,
all
I'm sure you
do
probably don't even know.
they all do support me. They support everything I do. They do support me, and I love them for
Shout out
that.
to Pop
like,
shooting up the
you know,
club.
right? Step pops, everybody.
Step pops, everybody, keep it rolling. Okay, continue.
So I think like them like watching me, and being inspired by me is always makes me want to go harder and do more. They always send me like inspirational messages and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's always super dope. They all follow.
Were there any since you're the oldest and you had obviously found your own way based off of just things that inspired you? What were some of the things that inspired you early to allow you to find your creative outlets? Did you do sports?
Yeah, I played basketball all growing up.
Hey, shout out to
So
hoopers,
it's
man.
heavy in basketball, but I think everything would just go back to like, I don't know, like rap culture and music culture.
Hip hop.
Yeah, hip hop
Can you
culture.
rap,
you know what I
nigga?
mean? I
Did you start as a rapper first? Let's start that first.
Yeah. I started as rapper producer.
I knew it.
I started as
I
rap
knew it.
producer. Then that went into just more of the visual aspect later, just as life went on. But I think like just being heavily influenced by hip hop culture, sports culture, all those things just always made me want to be like somebody and like do something different.
For sure.
Not seeing also too, seeing not that many people from LA that's like making it also made me want to like make it like just for like the city in itself, like and making it in another way.
Was it specifically and when you say making it another way, was it specifically outside of sports and music? Was it something where
Just
it's like,
something
okay,
in life, in general in life, because I didn't really know at first. Like,
did you graduate from high school?
Yes.
Okay, so did you know what you wanted to do after high school?
Yeah. No, I knew what I wanted to do before high school.
Oh, really?
And
And what was that?
And that was being a creative. I knew I wanted
Be
to.
a part of this hip hop shit.
Yeah, I knew.
Let's make some noise for that, man. That's
Yeah,
dope,
so-
man. It's not many young black men that know exactly what
I'm blessed to
know.
know exactly. Yeah, I knew exactly. Like leaving 8th grade, I remember the summer going to 8th grade. Going summer from 8th grade going to 9th grade. I knew exactly what I wanted to do in my whole entire life, and that was to just kind of impact culture. you know, I used to tell people like, yo, I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna be working with people on TV.
Really?
And they'd be like, how the fuck you gonna do that? And I'm like, I don't fucking know, but that's
Nigga,
like what I
however the
see.
fuck I say I'm gonna do it.
You know,
right?
like,
Yeah.
you know, you just see it. It's like you have dreams about it, all this shit, like, you know.
Right.
And it's not even being cliche. You literally, you have dreams, and sometimes you don't know what they mean.
No, for sure.
That's what I'm saying, like, you know. And so it would just be me with these people, like on like these lights and like on TV and like different, you know. I don't know if that's supposed to mean I'm an actor or like a whatever, a TV host, or that's what you just see. And then, you know, I think as I like just grew up, it became like more clear like what it was. But
do you think that some of the things that you were able to cultivate in high school, as far as making people's clothes, designing things, is that what sparked a certain fire for you or influence? Because 8th grade is one thing, but in high school, that's when people tend to find themselves.
Yeah, high school is everything. That was where it all got cultivated, you know, and all got like in this like manicure, like in this lab, like in my mom's garage, you know, 24/7. I didn't go to parties. I didn't like do nothing like regular kids did, you know, like from jump, because I knew that my life is like on some different shit. Like my life is gonna be on some, you know, different. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I still didn't know, but I just knew it was gonna be not normal, you know. So I didn't. Yeah, I didn't do a lot of stuff like normal kids did. I was very popular in high school still, but I was like more like popular creative. We went to the studio every day after school. Then after the studio, I went to my garage and I labbed out my and made stuff. My stepdad was a DJ. He's been a DJ for over 30 years, and so just playing all the new records. You know, learning how to DJ like super young.
Did you learn how to sew early?
Yeah, I learned how to sew in my freshman year too.
You
Yeah.
taught yourself? Hey man, come on now. You know we gotta make some noise for that.
Yeah.
Shake my hand, King.
Yeah.
God bless. You know what I'm saying? You don't even black niggas don't know how to sew or swim.
Yeah, I was hand sewing out of
Just
brand
put those
called
two S's together. Sew and swim niggas cannot do. All right.
Out of brand called Scraps, and it was because I would go to shout out my cousin Millie. Like we would go to.
Oh, shout out to Millie.
Shout out Millie.
Definitely shout out to Millie.
He was there at the beginning of the whole journey, you know. And
Millie's that's your cousin.
Yeah.
Blood cousin.
Yeah.
Nigga,
And
you know his cousin that he talking about. You know who he is?
Oh, Millie Lights, that's my nigga.
Yeah, you know Millie. Okay,
yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy.
Yeah.
I thought I was drop a bomb with this bitch.
Ah, you thought.
Greg know everything and everybody.
Yeah, you gotta be. That's an LA staple. You gotta know.
Yeah,
no, that's my nigga. That's my nigga.
I thought I was coming with the good shit. Anyway,
I figured y'all was talking about him, but I didn't. I was just gonna.
Yeah, no, Millie's
yeah, you know what I mean.
Really cool ass nigga. Yeah,
for sure.
And yeah, so I think being like, you know, kind of engulfed in all my stepdad, my mom, they owned a radio station when I was in high school, so they owned the local radio station.
Wait, time out, nigga. Hold on. You done named a lot of shit going on. Your daddy.
Well, you asked about inspirations.
Yeah, no, but that's really dope. So evidently, you were already groomed in a environment of people who were creatives outside of the norm. Because you said someone else, your father was a DJ, your dad's a DJ, and you said just now your step people or who?
Yeah, my stepdad was a DJ, and then my parents they started the local radio station.
The local radio station.
Yeah.
So already you caught I guess I would say like the bug of being a creative early.
Well, yeah, because after school I got to go to the radio station and organize all the music. That's why I also have like such a keen ear for music and sound.
Right.
Because I have to go through thousands of records and label them. You know,
really? So that was your first job?
What it was? It's just like the family job. It's like if like your dad works at a meat place, pause, like, you know, or
I got you.
I said pause. You know, but you know, like they got those family.
this nigga right here though, I should have gave him the button because
you can't hit me with it after I
he abuses the fucking button, bro. Don't mind this nigga, man. Welcome to the Tuned In podcast. This is our number one asshole on the fucking show. Maybe you don't know who T-Reg is. Let's introduce you to him. Asshole galore.
Stop giving me that label, man.
It's just like family business, you know. So some people's family business is lawn mowing or something.
Right?
Like,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, of course.
It's like
it was just a regular thing. Like
mine is like
thing,
it was music,
right?
You know,
for sure.
So it was music. It was parties because their weddings, all the coolest like house parties that was local, birthday parties. And I basically have to assist. It's like my chores, like your chores, average person chores like cleaning dishes, and mine's is like organizing records, you know, by the BPMs, you know, kind of thing.
That's what's up. That's hard.
Loading
That's
up
hard.
the crates in the van, and you know, that was like my chores, like you know. So yeah, so I just always been kind of like engulfed in it, and I always be studying the album covers and like how they did it.
Did you go to college after high
No,
school?
I went to community college during high school. So I graduated high school like a whole semester early because I was in like because I went to 9th and 10th grade in a regular school, and then I just wanted to focus just more on my craft, like heavier, because I felt like I was like getting closer to like the big leagues of it, and so I couldn't go to regular school no more. And so I basically, you know, convinced my mom to kind of take me out of regular school, and I did more like independent study where like I could be in college courses and I could like graduate high school faster.
Wait a minute. So you took actual college courses for what it is that you wanted to do, as far and what were those courses?
Well, it's like you got to take electives. I took fashion and textile and
Oh
golf.
shit, and golf.
Yeah.
Actually, in hindsight, you was way above the game.
Yeah.
So you know how to golf. You a decent golfer then because you took a class on it.
Well, yeah, because you know my mentor at the time was telling me like, yo, you should get into golf. This is where a lot of business deals are made.
Right.
And mind you, I'm a junior, but I'm going to college, you know? So everybody thinks I'm like 23 and they think, you know, but I was only like 17. And I just turned 17, you know, and but he was already shaping, he saw where I was headed and was trying to shape me into like I don't know, like a more business minded like future. And then so yeah, I did golf and I did golf for years, you know.
You still play golf?
I haven't played in a while, but I still know all the mechanics.
Still decent?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
You just got, it's a habit thing. It's a habitual sport.
Right? Yeah,
so
yeah, of course.
if I got out there for 2 months straight, I'll be back.
Yeah,
you know, like
it's like riding a bike.
Yeah,
No
you know,
problem.
and so so that allowed me to, you know, now I don't have to go to school. I didn't go to prom. I didn't go to grad night. I just didn't do none of the things like a normal kid did my whole high school.
My nigga was focused.
Yeah, I really was.
And what was your first? Because the first thing I remember you launching that when I met you, that you had at a point in time was the brand Def to Cool.
Oh yeah, I mean that's way later. Like
that's what I'm saying. It's way later. But
are we going chronological?
No. We just go. We just talking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like I wanted to know, like, all right,
yeah, okay.
A seed has to be planted outside of just you being.
Well, this is the crazy thing about Death of Cool. Death of Cool ended up just being like a rebirth of Scraps, which is so let me go back to Scraps.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, go back to Scraps.
So Scraps that's why I shot Amelia out, because we would go to thrift stores before all that shit was cool, and I would take cool I don't know, either whether it's baseball jersey, some shit with cartoons on it, wherever the case, we would cut out you know, say if it's like a Lakers logo, we'll cut out the Lakers logo, then I would sew denim onto it. Then we would have a whole denim patches. Like my first jeans that kind of like went like viral, like before viral. It was like these like crazy NBA jeans, even before they started doing the NBA jeans.
The NBA patch?
Yeah, but it was before that, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And then so I took like
ahead of his time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I took it was bed sheets, and they was the 90s teams. And I was like, yo, the logos were all fire at this time. So I cut them out, made sewed denim behind them, different denims. You know, you put them in the washing machine, you dry them, and they frail and they turn like fuzzier, you know, and then you sew them onto the jeans, and then I rocked them to school, and everybody went crazy. And I started my custom like.
So you was really making your own clothes.
Yeah, that's Scraps. Yeah, because it's scraps of stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's why I was called Scraps. But Scraps it like got reborn into Death of Cool, and Death of Cool is just a more refined.
I remember when you would
Scraps.
bring to the crib, you would have different shits, and you would sew them all together and make it.
Yeah,
I saw this shit
that's
firsthand.
really
I
how
know,
it used to be, you know. But it just was a more refined version, like a more thought out version, like you know, of Scraps, like which is like was crazy ironic, like how that all like happened that way, you know?
Okay, all right.
Which like you know, like you said, like those like earlier exposures kind of train you for some shit you don't even know that you're even about to do later in life, you know.
Right.
And even like earlier, I can remember earlier is like 6 or 7 recording music videos at stacked tapes. VHS is, you know, stacked this high. Some of y'all know about no VHS, but
yeah,
at VHS is stacked hella high of just all the videos from Rap City, 106 in Park, you know, TRL. So I always wanted that too, you know, and I think that's where later down the line, me being a director really really came into fruition too. Because I always wanted to be, on that.
At this point, sorry to cut you off, I would think that like a lot of the things that you got involved in early that you were intrigued about or that you were exposed to is what kind of conditioned you for a bunch of the titles that you ended up having later on in life.
No, totally, 100%. Without me even knowing it though, you know, like I didn't know. how everything was gonna pan out. I just did the work and I just kept moving forward and I just kept my head down and just like
What
hopefully
was the
like
biggest things that kept you motivated about those things without monetary value?
I don't know. It's like I just wanted to win so bad at something. Like I wanted to be recognized. I wanted to be recognized in LA for something. Everybody from LA, you do everything for LA, and that's kind of, some people's downfall too,
For sure.
but
Because it's bigger than
it's
that.
huge. Yeah, it's bigger than
Yeah,
that, but
yeah.
it's a huge, like the validation.
I was about to say,
I try
but
to
the
explain
win
to
with
people
amongst
is
your people,
huge,
yeah.
You said what, T-Red?
But the win just amongst your people, that feels
Right, yeah.
great.
No,
though.
trust me,
Yeah,
I
the
get it,
validation.
yeah.
I don't know about other places, but
Yeah.
LA's a very prideful, like, place. It's like it's like the pressure is already on you, early of like, what the fuck is you about to do with your life? Like,
Yeah.
it starts very early, and I think like other places, I don't think that's the same thing, but because of the success that happens here and everything, the pressure of being somebody starts early, but it's like you don't really be having no resources.
And I think it's actually interesting too, and I love talking with Los Angeles natives. 'Cause I remember specifically with you. You was like, I remember you telling me about Karuchi. Shout out to Karuchi. You know what I'm saying? Like you knew her beforehand, just being shorty that worked at fucking, was it Fashion Nova or just the
Yeah,
mall?
Topanga, yeah.
Topanga, yeah, you know what I'm
that's
saying?
my dog.
But yeah, shout out to Shorty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to Karuchi for sure. But just like in general, I feel like with a lot of things with people that are from Los Angeles, you are literally in the mix of famous people, gang members,
Definitely
regular
know the story.
people, people who don't do shit with their lives, and people who do the most extreme things with their life. You know what I'm saying? So you can get bit by a bug in any direction if you choose to. You feel me? And I've always
Yup.
understood that about this culture. That's why I've always been big on protecting the culture as far as from people who come to give it slander and to defend it. Because it's like, if you don't talk to people who are from here and understand the upbringing that comes from being in this society, you may not get it. Because a situation too that now fast forward in your life that was a monumental time for you was you befriended and grew up with a very legendary basketball player here in Los Angeles, Jordan Farmar.
Yeah.
That
Shout
was
out
your
Jay
man.
Farm,
Shout out to
my
Jordan
boy.
Farmar. 2-time NBA champion with the Lakers. And that lifestyle.
Taft High School legend.
Taft.
Yeah.
Shout out to Taft. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That experience and that understanding, I remember us talking about this, like being around that shit really kind of pushed you to kind of like either get your shit together or figure out what it is that you was even going to do. Because you're not going to the league, but you realize that all this shit's going on around you where it makes you like, okay, well, what can I do to add to this? Or what can I, you know what I'm saying, do for myself in general? So with having those type of people in your life, what about that experience allowed you to kind of have this aha moment just by being friends with people who are celebrities? Not even just him, but just in general with the people that you know.
Yeah, it's such an interesting thing, because the people from LA who are like, who are celebrities now, every LA celebrity is still so grounded and down to earth because
Not everyone. Some
mean,
niggas tend to be assholes.
But
But I
that's
think they're
that's
assholes
their
to people that are
form
not
of-
from here.
Yeah, that's their form of.
Yeah, there are people that are not, but the
whoever
people
they-
that know them for real,
I mean,
they
whoever you
can't
are is
front.
who you are, but like as far as letting everything get to your head, like it doesn't really happen too much with the natives. Like, of course, you're gonna feel yourself a little bit, but every big celebrity that's from LA is pretty grounded for the most part. It may
T-Ray,
seem
would
like
you
a
agree?
lot.
You know a lot of you know a lot of niggas with motion that's popping.
Yeah, I think from niggas I know.
I mean, okay, you look at like Ty Dolla $ign, Kendrick, Ty. Those are all like grounded.
for sure.
Mustard, like these are all grounded
sure,
individuals.
for sure.
Like at the core of it, they're not out here doing crazy, weird,
sure.
wacky stuff. Like they just walking around regular. You could go up to them and say what's up. Like
For sure.
they're not gonna, it's like that's what I mean. Like it's like they're gonna drive around, go to the liquor store, buy some candy and some, we don't you kind of forget that you even famous. Like
But at times I feel like also too, what I've realized too about the people in Los Angeles who've caught notoriety and then end up being famous or whatever, at times it's usually because they probably was the man or the woman at some point in time. Or you catch, outliers of women who are just beautiful, or certain people that catch talents or whatever the case being. Like, even yourself, like you can't sit here and be like, yo, man, I was a fucking introvert. I was a lame in high school. No one really fucked with me. No. You was the guy. You was cool. You was, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was certain things too. So certain people that catch certain rise and certain recognition, like whether it be YG, whether it be Kendrick, whether it be Ty Dolla $ign, whether it be, you know what I'm saying, any of these people that's gotten, you know, notoriety in certain things. When you find out certain people that are from LA, like what's old girl name that's right there, that's a dancer, that's
Storm.
the
Storm DeBarge.
DeBarge, right?
Shout out
Exactly.
Storm, that's my sis.
Everybody know her, or they
That's
knew her
Stormy.
before she was doing shit at the Super Bowl. She's just been known. And shout out to Shorty, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. And I feel like that's one of the major things with Los Angeles. Like, you kind of had to make your name by yourself first.
I mean,
before,
but
you know what I'm
but
saying,
you
the
know,
world
then you
knows
have like, you know, your Tylers and your Frank Ocean, where we didn't know who the fuck
yeah,
they were.
Yeah,
You
he
know what I
knew
mean?
who Tyler was, though.
I mean,
But I get what he's saying. I get
Yeah,
what
no, I
he's
get
saying.
what you're saying
Like,
too. Yeah, I get what you're saying
they
too.
wasn't like in the popular crowd, like you know, type
I
thing,
get that,
like
right,
with the
yeah.
Dom Kennedys and
Right.
Casey and them, and
Right,
you know,
yeah.
like those type of people, like
Right.
you know, Scheme and Problem, like they weren't in that popular crowd. So
Mhm.
if that was a high school, they were the loners, like you know.
Right.
So, but even as Tyler is Tyler, like he still pull up to random stores and
Yeah.
buy stuff and just go anywhere, because that's just who we are at the core. We don't care, like you know, like about it. Like it's just like you don't care, you know. And so, yeah, I think that's just I don't know. I think
Yeah, so no,
Yeah.
back to the initial question, like just in general, like for you being around, let's just say, okay,
yeah.
you being around Farmar and them people, like how did that inspire you, and how did that even happen? How did you end up being, you know what I'm saying, in the mix with Jordan, and how did y'all get cool?
Once again, Millie, he grew up with Jordan, and then we started going out to the valley more, and that's when I was kind of seeing exposure of different things and seeing like this person's son, this person's daughter. People got Benzes and
It's
Beamers,
rich,
and it was
rich
just
over
different.
here.
Like
Rich
you know,
folks, right, coming from South Central.
yeah, so different.
you
And
know?
then you know, me and Jordan, we more connected, like not on that, like you know, we
Mhm.
connect more just as friends. So
Right.
it wasn't until like years into our friendship before I even saw his first game. Like you
Right, I
know?
remember you told me you saw that nigga first game and end up he being the man. Like, you
Yeah,
thought this shit
yeah.
was
No, he's
cold
like
as hell.
super famous. I didn't know, like
Mhm.
you know, because I just genuinely
And you didn't give a fuck at the
connect with
time,
people.
really,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, we don't be caring, like you know.
Right.
So we just genuinely like, yo, you my homie, you my homie. We
Shout out to Los Angeles people for being
know?
humble and not giving a fuck about your status and who you think you are.
Yeah.
You come this bitch be humbled. So
that'd be the thing.
check
like,
your
you know,
ego
like-
at the door at LAX airport, okay?
And I say like I don't care, but it's just like that's
No,
not what we leading
exactly.
with. Like,
No,
you know
this
what I'm saying?
nigga said he don't care.
No.
Oh, they
I'm
think
agreeing.
I
No,
do care.
I'm agreeing.
It's like we don't lead with that. Like
Right,
you know,
right.
and
It's
so,
like, nigga, if you cool, you
so
cool.
by the time that
Yeah,
happened,
you cool, for sure.
it was later, you know,
Mhm.
and then it was like, oh, like okay, and then yeah, and then I think as he got drafted to the Lakers, that was super crazy. Being from LA, like it just seemed like the world just like flipped upside down, you know, just like it seemed like it happened very fast. Like it was very fast, you know, being 19.
And you were literally one of the guys. Like, it wasn't like you was just cool with him. Like, you were one of the main entourage during the time. And this is what, 09, 2010?
Yeah, I would say between it was
Championship Lakers, back to back.
Yeah,
when they
it was
won it
like
back to back.
08 to 12 when he
08
went to the Nets. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. So it's probably 08 to 12 where, mind you, we basically all fresh out of high school. He did 1 or 2 years at UCLA.
Yeah, he
So
did
we
2
only
years.
19. We weren't even 21. You know, so it was like it was a lot. It was a lot. It was
I was at the championship game at the Coliseum.
the
high
parade.
school. I was
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Same.
That's when I had hoop dreams. I had to go see that.
Right, yeah. My boy used to be a hooper. You know
You
what
know,
I'm
so
saying?
it was like so that experience was like how to move, you know. So it's like, yo, you just this little ghetto kid that don't really know shit, you know. Now it's like now you gotta learn like about like life fast. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like whether that's, you know, everybody's like kind of like switching up. I think it felt very and I think even Jay Farm could attest too, like a little isolated, you know, because now you can't really do all the same things that you used to do. You know, it's like so different now.
Right,
you
because
know?
all the lights is on you. All
It's
the
like
attention.
very different. People's intentions are like shifting around, like you
Mm.
know, and it's just a lot to I think to deal with for like a 19-year-old person, like you know.
What would you think? What would you say is the biggest thing you learned by being around Jordan Farmar after winning a championship and seeing that different level of celebrity and the lifestyle that can be lived?
And just the success.
I mean, the success was really dope. I think how hard everybody worked to get the success, I think is
Right.
what I took away from it. Like, yeah, it's success, but Jordan, everybody, they work like so hard, like at what they do, like extremely, extremely hard at what they do, you know?
Mhm.
And that's what would make me be like, yo, okay, if you really want it, then you got to work really, really
You got
hard.
really
like,
hard.
you know,
Go get
that
this
you got
shit.
you see Kobe out there, you see Kobe up front and like personal, and Kobe's one of my biggest inspirations, and the mama mentality teachings and everything that he lives by is like kind of what I live by, and apply to my life and career. And, you know, just witnessing that is just like, if you don't like bust your ass and work and go crazy and just go the hardest you can go, like you're not gonna like reach that pinnacle.
Right. So that work ethic that you saw with somebody being successful is what kind of helped putting a little fire under you and pushed you forward in things that you know that you were good at.
Yeah. Cause I always had a fire, but it just keeps, the more inspiration you have, it just keeps fueling everything. I think it's like a thing that at the time too is like you have like kind of like survivor's remorse, because all your family, everybody's still like stuck in the hood,
Oh, for sure.
Like I remember during those times, like I lost like 3 cousins, to like gang violence, and I just tried telling them like, man, you gotta come fuck with me, man, pull up. One of them pulled up, took him to a gang, all the things, got to see the whole, because I think one of the most important tools to be successful is exposure. If you're not exposed to certain things,
Yeah, you're not even gonna develop the state of mind to even think.
like they say, you gotta see it to believe it, kind of thing.
Get out of your environment.
If you're not exposed to certain things, then it's kind of hard to like do it. It's like harder. It's not impossible, but it's just harder because you just never seen it. Like
it don't seem believable.
And so,
it don't seem believable until you reach it, right?
I think more important, when you say inspiration and inspire, it's the word is like exposure. The exposure that I was like lucky to have of like this other life and these other things that I didn't know was possible. Like, my life always been like on a juxtapose of like, the hood with like,
being hood adjacent,
eating fucking syrup sandwiches and just eating and getting by and noodles and every day.
And then like, ended up, nigga, had $1 million.
And like, but it's like I was always pulled between that. Even when, like I didn't live with Jordan at first. Like, I lived at my grandpa's in Pasadena. Like I fucking slept on his floor. Like everybody was seeing something else, but I was like, my actual life was like something else. So my life was just like I was constantly getting pulled in extremes. And I think that just kind of just became like a ongoing thing in my life. Is just the like extremes. And come to find out, my life path number 8. And 8,
number 9.
life path number 8s live their life in extremes. But mind you,
really?
I didn't know that.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Cool. So because we're talking about the extremes and everything, we're going to take this smoke break, and then we're going to be right back because I definitely want to get into an extreme story with you. So we're going to be right back after the smoke break. All right, so we here for the smoke break, and we had a specific story about extremes or whatever, but I was privy by a good brother here that my nigga used to be a rap battler. Didn't know this at all. What was the group name? What was your name? And why did you stop being a part of rap battles?
My name was M.Dot.
Name was M.Dot, okay.
And the group was Block Fam.
Block Fam?
Shout out Millie, B-Mac that was in the group.
Hold on.
Bobby.
Niggas got to hear this.
Oh.
Go for it. All right.
Yeah. Bobby, a.k.a. Young B at
First
the time.
of all, as a rap battler from Los Angeles who doesn't gangbang, what the fuck did you talk about?
What
Niggas' clothes, look at this nigga outfit, fucking trash.
Yeah, I would roll.
Look at this nigga shit in front of bitches too. Ooh, that hurt. That hurts your soul right there.
Yeah.
Nigga get the roast on your J's in front of bitches. That's what's terrible. That's what he did.
Yeah, I was more of a like try to embarrass you, kind of like.
So you were a roaster on rhymes, with a roaster with rhymes,
like a roaster and maybe a gun bar or two.
Of course.
You know the gun bar.
Gotta have a good gun bar. You got to. At least one.
Mostly trying to make people laugh and be like, oh, like, I think back then that's what won battles is like whoever got like roasted the
worst.
Like,
yeah, whoever got roasted the worst.
Nigga over here trying to metaphor and simile you to death.
Yeah,
literally.
right.
You say a nigga fit ugly, everybody,
oh, and your bitch ugly. Oh, she didn't say this bitch ugly and she really is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so what was a battle that you remember losing and how bad was the loss?
Losing.
Because unless you Cassidy, nigga, you ain't win every battle.
I think maybe early on.
Unless you murder Mook or some shit, nigga, you ain't won every battle.
Maybe early on when I first started kind of like freestyle. But it wasn't like a dramatic, it was never a dramatic loss where it's like I got completely destroyed. I can't remember getting completely destroyed by anybody. It was either like a draw or like,
I like that.
Like I kind of won. No, I'm being for real. I would say if I lost, but it never was like somebody just destroyed me like that.
And evidently, there's a fact checker here that said that's how you got your sauce for real, nigga.
Yeah,
that's
the battle that
blew up as a battle rapper.
It was the main event. It was money. It was hella money on that battle.
It was money on you,
nigga? The main event, yes.
What? Hey, shake my hand, King. Hey, let's make some noise.
No, actually, it was.
Noise by niggas
shout
being
out,
a battle rapper.
Shout out Jonas Michael. Shout out Yo. He was in the group. You and I,
Oh, okay.
We always talk about this. Like that's my, that's my guy, man. But me and Yo battled, and
I'm crying. You and I used to go crazy.
Yeah. That's my brother, man.
What?
Yo.
Let me find out.
When you said B-Mac, is that the chick?
Yeah,
that was rapping with Hit Boy?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I don't know her, but I'm familiar from that.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. That's what's up. She was hard.
Who was the chick that rapped?
When he said he was in the group, Block Stars, you said?
Yeah, Block.
My bad. Yeah,
we met Hit Boy when we was like 18 on MySpace.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hit Boy.
And then we eventually like linked up. I think like the next year we like all met up like at the studio or something, and then became hella cool.
I got a real. This is still part of Smoke Break. Hip hop underground LA question for you. Since you was rapping back then. Did you used to go to the Spliff?
The Spliff.
It was off like
And they used to battle?
Yep. It was off like Sawtell and Pico or something.
That's what it was called?
Yeah.
I thought it was called something else.
No, this nigga T-Red.
Yeah, I used to go. I thought it was called like the box or something. What was that?
Facts.
Well, I don't know what that is, but
I know what you're talking about. They used to battle. Yeah.
So I grew up with Casey Veggie. That's like my boy.
Okay, that's
so I used to go up there with him. That's why I know about it.
Yeah. I used to go up there and they used to battle. And it was like the one I went to. It was like kind of like indoor, outdoor.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Niggas would be about niggas would be. It'd be a main event going on inside. Niggas would be outside battling though too. Like if you ain't worried about the main event, niggas outside battling.
Shout out to real Los Angeles niggas that went outside to knows about the spliff.
Hey man, I do this hip hop.
I do this shit. All right, my brother, I see you.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man, we giving you a shout out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure this went down at the rap battles.
Nah.
Yeah, you say the wrong thing.
I didn't experience that.
Maybe a couple of went out. But all right. So you were a rap battler and you got your technically not necessarily notoriety, but more another asterisk to your name. But tell me about this wild story that you had that you already wanted to express to us. Tell me a wild time, whether either it was with Farmar and them, because I remember you used to tell me, one way that you made money by yourself was you had a specific hustle that you would do with Farmar and them. And not even just Farmar, but with Trevor Ariza, all these people, all the niggas that you end up getting cool with on the Lakers. What was the hustle that you had?
Booking them?
Tell the people.
Well, yeah, I mean,
what happened when you were booking them? This nigga was a manager, impromptu manager with no one's permission. He literally would just tell club you know what? Tell him what you did.
I wasn't even old enough to even get in the club.
He wasn't even old enough to get in the club, and nigga, you were
like
certified
20 years old.
Right,
but I book.
Go for it. I want to hear this.
Like I would book some of the NBA homies, like to make some extra bread. Shout out to some of the homies that allow me to just make some extra
And who
bread.
was these homies, just in case people don't know who was on the championship Lakers
used to
team?
book probably definitely J Farm used to let me book him a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Like Swaggy P.
P. Shout out to Swaggy.
I think I booked Trevor a few times.
Swaggy on
After,
okay, but he was just. Yeah, he LA boy.
But during summer, everybody's here. They don't care as long as they're in NBA.
Right, yeah.
Probably a few rappers. I can't remember. It's so long.
Didn't you put Trevor one? And who else was on that team too? Some other people on that team.
Luke. I got Luke to come out one time, But they all did it to like support me, like because it's just something I was doing.
That's tight. That's tight.
So what was the bread like?
It was a little decent little cut, depending on who the player was.
Right.
But we're break bread. I remember they would like give me the money in like all the like club cash like that they got from the door entry, and so like I gotta take this like wads of like 5, 10s, 20s, over to like the players, like, you know, there's like $5 grand, $6 grand
in
worth of
fives and
and
tens.
and 20s. They be like, bro, what the fuck is this? Like, yo.
Niggas, hey, support my hustle, dog. I appreciate
listen,
it.
nigga,
Like,
all
bro,
I need is
just give it
1,500,
to
man.
me.
The rest is yours. Let me give you 1,500.
Yo, bro, that used to be so funny. The sweaty money, just like, hey, here's our money. Like,
you were booking them for like club appearances?
yeah,
club
like?
appearances. Got you.
Because then it was like any Laker, anything was like, there's like the Beatles. So it was like any Laker was like hot ticket. Every club's paying like money for like a Laker to be there. Give us a lot of bottles, you know.
The whole section, all types
all
of
the
shit,
things,
yeah.
like, you know. So I basically knew some promoters, and I was just kind of linking it, you know. Just,
what was one of the wildest nights that you remember of booking a NBA player?
I don't even know. I could talk about those. But...
Hey, see, listen, we don't have to say names. We don't have to say. We can talk about.
I mean, it's always wild. It's always.
But
like...
what was a wild night that you remember being out with a Laker player that you booked for a club, and the ordeal that happened from the time of when you got to the club to the end?
I mean,
no name needed.
No names needed. But every time we did a booking or club where we went out, it's just like it's always like a sea of girls like trying to like get close or whatever the case.
A sea of girls is crazy.
I think
single foul line is wild.
Yeah, I was the
single foul line like it was a fucking summer camp. Lined up, go for it.
Type of stuff, like, or like just like crowded around, like can you pick me, like, and I was basically the recruiter.
He was the gatekeeper. Listen, you getting some rich dick tonight? You not. You can come back to the party, but you can't talk to nobody. Like, you was deciphering that shit.
Yeah, everybody tried. That was like my role of like the crew, basically. You know.
So technically, you was like the turtle.
Yeah.
Entourage shit. Like, you was the turtle back in the day. You was the original turtle.
Yeah, we used to love Entourage
too.
So yeah, I was turtle.
Farmar was on Entourage at one point.
Yeah, we went to it. I was there.
You were there.
Taping. It was
How was that?
It was
Fuck all that shit. Tell me about that taping that day.
It was a
party. It was a real party.
Kevin Love.
Yeah, with Kevin Love. Yeah, I remember that. It was a real party.
It was just a party scene. It was just a party.
And it was a real party too.
Yeah. And then they did the scenes. It wasn't really that long. It was like a couple hours. And then Farmar and Kevin Love, that was in the scene. Yeah.
Right, because they
both went to lived the life.
But it was like it was crazy because we watched that show all the time at home. You know, like all together, and it's like I'm Turtle, you know, and it's like
you're literally Turtle.
I was like way flyer the version of Turtle.
Like, that's very clear, nigga. Like Turtle wish he could be like this. Turtle was fat too. That nigga wasn't fat. You know what I'm saying? Okay, word. So that was one of those experiences that you had that you would like never forget. Just one, either being on the Entourage or just being in the Entourage.
No, the unforgettable experience is like being in the Laker parade and.
Oh, tell me
seeing,
about that.
Like, you know, as you know, being from LA, like the whole, Laker parade is like basically that's like
big deal.
The Pope came to town. It's a huge
the Mecca
fucking deal.
Of,
you know?
That's the thing. That's it.
It's a massive deal.
I went to the 2010 one.
He was on the fucking boat. Right, he was on the float. Like, he was on that shit. Right.
Yeah, I was on the float next to Kobe. Like, my picture is in the Staples Center. You know,
that's hard, bro. That's hard.
Yeah, next to Kobe.
That's hard.
No, I'm dead ass. Like, and so.
Can they see
it's our whole crew.
It's like, one thing to be there and be like, nigga, I was right behind Kobe.
Clearly, nigga.
It's that thing like, no, nigga, your face is right there on the wall.
No, yeah.
Really?
No, not like in the back, like, oh, that's me in the back. Like, no.
That's me with the green vest on in the back.
Yeah. I don't know where the picture is, but it's in
he'll find it. He gonna find it, right.
Yeah, no, because it is. It's
no,
clear.
I believe
it's clear.
You talking to? I believe you.
Yeah.
Like,
it's clear.
Right.
It was a good snapshot.
Bet.
It was a good snapshot, and then
he said it was a good moment for me. It was a good day.
But yeah, it's in the Staples Center where all the trophy and memorabilia.
Oh, right, yeah.
And they have a lot of images from the parade and different things, different moments, you know. But yeah, I think the parade was like, it was so crazy because I remember waking up at my grandpa's house, and they like, yo, like get here. We about to come pick you up. Like we going to the parade. And I'm gonna be like, oh my God, yes again. You know?
Yes again.
And then,
that has to be crazy to do it twice in one lifetime.
We gotta understand. I'm getting off my grandpa's floor.
Right. Now we got a similar story.
To the call that we about to come pick you up to go to the parade.
What parade? You mean the parade?
What parade? Nigga,
you already knew what the parade was.
Yeah. The whole city was preparing for this day. Like, it was a huge fucking thing, bro. It was like, it was huge. The city been preparing for this shit for like weeks at this point, you know? So, everybody knew what the day was. The parade come on Channel 7, and that's how we probably about to watch it. Every other LA person watch it who ain't like on the team, like you know. And then so I'm watching I'm at my grandpa's watching the setup. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching them set up the parade and block off the streets, and I'm like, oh, this shit gonna be hard. I'm like, man, we went crazy this year. Like,
yo,
you know?
Okay, cool. Before we even get finished with the smoke break, I want you to tell the story about.
I feel like we just back into it now.
No, it's not. No, because this is specific. This is very specific. I want you to tell the story about the Kobe memorabilia because R.I.P. the GOAT.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Oh, he said, I don't know if I can tell that one. Like,
yo, that's no.
Hey, listen. This first of all, this is years ago. This is trust me. Nobody missing none of this shit. Nobody. You want to tell the story?
I'm trying to think of a way to tell it.
We can't tarnish the GOAT.
We can't. No, it has nothing to do with him.
No, not about a tarnish.
It's not even about. It's technically, it's not even about him. It's nothing that he did wrong. It's nothing anybody did wrong. It's more so about the come up. It was a crazy come up. Put it like that. And you gotta think about it. Jordan, hey, look, put it like this, man.
The headline is crazy. I mean, it's like,
hey, ain't nobody gonna see this unless it's in the, you know what I'm saying, the exclusive. You feel me? This is the exclusive right here. So this ain't going on everywhere. So only so people get to hear this.
I mean, so it's basically it's like a situation where
you didn't gotta say the player. The other player involved.
The player is kind of it'll be obvious, but
that's what I'm saying. No, it's not obvious. You was cool with everybody.
Let's say we received a mysterious package, and we open it, and it's like a lot of Kobe stuff in there. You know, from like I don't know if it was like from his like locker or something like that, but it was like a lot of Kobe stuff, and I don't know. It was just crazy. We returned it to him. You know, but it was, I don't know, it was crazy to see like all his like jerseys and shoes, and it was like pictures of his family and shit. It was like, what the fuck? Like, you know? So,
you returned everything?
Yeah, returned everything. Everything.
Everything. Nothing was lost or misplaced. Let it be known.
Just how we found it, we returned it.
We returned it, right. Okay, cool. Hey, shout out to the Bryant family because they got all their belongings back. That's for sure. But yeah, no, all right, cool. We're going to end that smoke break right now. We're going to get back to the regular show because I got some other shit I want to talk about. All right, and we're back. Just left the smoke break. We're back to the original part.
Yes, sir.
I now have a question as far as like, okay, we just left off with you, you know, being involved with, you know, Jordan Farmar, being, you know, involved with the Lakers at the height of, you know, of their success in the early 2000s. How, and then we also talked about, you know, you being involved in having that motivate you too. Where did you find, outside of you just, you know, doing things as far as like promotion or just being a part of the crew or being like the quote unquote the turtle of the crew, entourage, how did you find your own way outside of just being a member of the crew, with, you know, Jordan Farmar and his people, going into like knowing that you're going into, you know, being an adult rather you like you're not going to college or none of that shit like that? Like, how did you find your way and what it is that you want to do?
I think always with the back to like the music aspect and kind of the visual aspect. Always was super talented in that way. I think I then just found a way to just kind of like start, you know, getting, you know, opportunities on my own, getting things on my own, getting situations on my own. And the more things that I got like on my own, I started kind of like standing on my own a little more. And yeah, and I think that's what became the branch off, and not even a branch off, but just branching into the things that I really wanted to do and having my own teams and my own stuff going on. Like, you know, then, you know, you have kids and that kind of just really takes you into your own world.
So you ended up having kids early? Or
no, not that early.
Not that early, not early enough. You know what I'm saying? But you have 2 twin girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful
Sky
girls.
and Nova, 2 twin daughters.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Was that one of those things that motivated you to kind of go harder, or was it something that like
for sure.
It was already on top of what you had going on?
Yeah, I think I was already going, you know, hard as I possibly can. But, you know, I think it's, you know, when you have kids, it just kind of creates this newfound sense of purpose. And like,
how old were you when you had your daughters?
27.
Okay.
So I lived a lot. I lived my whole life, and I did, I did a lot of stuff, up until that point.
Yeah, for sure. You're good. He's able to get some kids now.
Get some kids, right? Yeah, 27 is all right.
You know.
If you had him like 21, 19, it's like nigga. But 27 is like, all right, he was kicking it a little bit, right?
Yeah. I caught a vibe or two,
vibe or two is crazy.
And but I do think it gives you a new sense of purpose, and it drives you to like a whole nother, it kind of switches my mind from like being a creative to more business side. I think that's when the business side of me was like also born. It's like when I had my kids and more interested in the business side and like, wanting to be like more of a mogul than just a creative, and I think so. Yeah, totally. My kids inspire me still to this day.
Of course, yeah, and they're doing dope things too. They're actually acting or
they
doing
modeling,
commercial
acting,
marketing.
yeah,
a
a bunch of
beautiful.
commercials, following down those footsteps.
You know what I'm saying? The creative family. God bless.
Fire.
So where was things going for you where you found the inspiration or the motivation to start your own brand, which is Death of Cool?
But when I started Death of Cool,
Because you had already stopped scraps and you had picked up, where you left. You were just a hustler, so you picked up by adapting to the people that you're around and the success that you're around. But you also found your way, whether it be monetizing yourself based off of the connection that you made through the promoters and the athletes and the celebrities that you knew. How then do you transition into your own thing, which is clothing and stuff like that, and then eventually creative directing and music directing? How do you get from being, because in the Entourage story, Turtle went from being the driver to now being a mogul of his own by having his own tequila and certain things and his own brand and his own millions based off of being around Vincent and all these other people that were bosses. So how do you get to this point where you now have a multitude of titles just by being around people who are successful?
I think it's being like adjacent to like all of that is, you get to observe, you get to watch, you get to kind of see what's going on in, in every kind of realm of things. And, I think I've observed, I've studied, I've like digested it all. Like I've soaked up all the game. And then I think when it was my turn to kind of like implement that and put that out to the world, it was like pretty easy because I've been soaking the game up for so long,
Hmm.
and seeing people turn, successful companies into this and just seeing, yeah, just once again exposure, and then it allowed me, so when it became my turn to do certain things, I was already kind of like ready and like prepped, you know. So I think I don't know, that played like a role into all of it. Is like, the people I was around, the people I was just seeing how they deal with business situations and like all of that. And, like you say, Turtle, I feel like that was the same thing for him. Is like he just was around, and
Yeah, at some point in time, you get to the point where it's like, all right, I'm tired of taking. It's not even handouts, but I'm tired of having to ask somebody else who's successful for the means or the opportunity to be successful yourself. You at least, because once motherfuckers see, and that's the thing too. I feel like with your story too, with just even in that realm, that chapter of your life, the reason why all these celebrities at the time and all these basketball players at the time fuck with you, because it's like they see that you were there trying to get some money, trying to do something by yourself. It's one thing. Everybody has their own entourage. Everybody has their own crew. It's one thing to have a nigga that's just always asking, always asking, always asking. It's another thing that niggas are asking like, "Hey, can you help me?"
yeah,
Rather,
yeah,
"Hey, can you spot me?" Asking, can you help me and can you spot me? And yo, I'll go back and sleep on my granddaddy's couch. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh no, nigga, or the floor is like, oh no, nigga, come. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Because you're not asking to sleep in the 10-bedroom mansion, and you'll go back. Hey, bro, we want you around because we know your energy is different. And do you think that that's something that allowed you to not only feel that you deserve to be around, but also feel you to be motivated?
Yeah, I mean, everything, like I said, because we're just all natives essentially, it's gonna be based off, the friendship and just kind of like the little roles we play, like within it, it's a whole ecosystem. You know, when when you're in those spaces, it starts to become a whole ecosystem. Then you find your way in the ecosystem, and like, oh yeah, that's
Right.
Dot. He's the one that does that. He puts stuff together, and he's that kind of guy. I think it was once I started developing further and further out, then I was able to create my own ecosystems and my own things, and you know, it just became so different. But I did see all those leadership skills and see everybody. I got a chance to witness that. Leadership on like such a high level. And yeah, that's what I just took and applied. To my own life.
For sure. Okay, so for you personally, then, what was the what? Oh yeah, there it goes. You see the picture. Okay, classic, classic.
Y'all
right
gotta
there,
put it. Y'all gotta put that up on the.
Yeah, we're gonna send that to 1050.
Yeah, send that to 50.
Do you see
where
I'm at?
Put that up.
I don't. I ain't gonna lie. Which one is you? Right here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay,
My nigga got a whole different look.
Oh, yeah, he ain't had a young nigga, right?
Wait, go back to it.
Yep.
See, guys, like, where's he at?
Hey, we got to put that in there. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, God, this is no cap. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So everything you hear me say from this point, you gotta believe it.
You gotta believe it
because this is pretty unbelievable.
Right. He was on the float right
but
there.
It's true.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like my life is like, it's unbelievable, but it's true.
Your life is a movie at this point.
Like,
your life is really a movie.
I swear I can't make this shit up.
Trust me, nigga, that's why I got you on the show, because I know and I believe you. Nigga. Like, I know you ain't making this shit up.
It's like, it's really real. So you got
go for it.
So you got me, you got Josh Ship, who used to play for UCLA, super. He went to Fairfax. Yep. My guy, LA
Josh
legend
Ship.
too.
I forgot about bro. That's crazy.
You got my guy Matt Cook. You got Jason Martin, who's an LA legend. You got the camera guy. You got Kobe Bean.
You got the camera guy.
And you got his daughters.
Damn, that's beautiful.
Right there, yeah, right next to him.
And then Vanessa was right there behind the camera dude. And then that white arm, that's Luke Walton.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, all the way to the right. You see that white
right,
sticking
right,
up? Yeah, that's Luke Walton.
Okay. The only nigga in a button up.
Yeah, Luke Walton was our boy. Yeah, we was out there.
My nigga got the good V-neck on.
Oh, yeah, the good polo V-neck.
The good V-neck.
Polo V-neck.
Right, he had the V-neck.
The era we talking about now.
No, for sure. No, for sure.
Cargo shorts.
For sure. We gotta edit this flick in 1050.
Yeah, we gotta edit
this my nigga with Kobe.
He didn't think it was real.
He was really on the float. You know what I'm saying? He was really there.
And then there's other angles too. That's yeah.
You see other angles. No, nigga said no. I got
look
the
at the other
shit.
angles.
Hold on, let's be clear.
No, there's a better angle on God.
He only
so
sent that one.
You can see my face. Hold on. He want to make sure you get the face.
That's actually was a good angle. I never actually even seen that one for real.
Oh, God bless.
He sent another one.
Hey, okay, so nigga, the fact that when did the brand Death of Cool and everything else take off for you? And how did you find yourself being I see that right there.
That's fine.
How did you find yourself being a creative director for music videos? And who is the recent directors you just worked with in the past couple of years? I forgot his name. Major guy.
Ben Mark.
Ben Mark,
my brother.
Right. Yeah, shout out to Ben Mark. Let's make some noise for Ben Mark. You know what I'm saying? And my boy making his way into, you know what I'm saying, the music industry.
I feel like you skip over there's a lot of steps.
Okay, how did we even get there? How did you even get there to being, creative, creative directing, music videos, stuff like that?
Let's go back further.
So from the basketball era and, being with Farmar and being, with the Lakers and all that shit, after that shit was done.
Okay, so boom. So now it's like I'm fully in like my producer career.
Producer of music or producer?
Music, yeah. Producer, fully in my producer career at a studio in downtown. Dope studio, 3-story studio. My manager at the time, Smarty, he owned it, and that's how I started really getting my name in LA because not too many people had their own studio.
Mm-hmm.
So I would invite a lot of dope artists to come pull up and, I had a compilation album. The compilation album, it was called Model Suck and exclamation mark. But it was short for Role Model Suck. And then
Model Suck is crazy.
Yeah, but it's short for Role Model Suck.
Oh, okay. All
yeah,
right, cool.
But it was a whole like, it was a better name for marketing.
Okay.
To go ahead and just grab people's attention. And so this like the blog era that was all over all the blogs and everything. So that's how like M.Dot from Mayor, like the producer was like in just Entity Creative was born kind of like through the Model Suck era. And then from there, I just kind of more so started just seeing like the stuff I was creating. I was seeing like the sounds of it. uh into like visuals, you know. So I'm just seeing all these visuals. I didn't really know what that meant, and I end up like producing like my first like music video, and I was just like, yo, like this is like what I want to do for real, like you know. And I got like my first camera. Me and my boy Cap, we was a shooting crew. Shout out Cap, man, my guy, all the way from Lancaster, and you know, way back, you know. And so,
You know.
so we started shooting. Then B Mac, you know, our sister, she started writing for Tiana Taylor. Then we started shooting for Tiana Taylor, like before she was just before everything, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so I was like her day-to-day shooter.
When she was a shorty,
And,
right?
Yeah, and so I met a lot of new set of people too, through her. So it's super dope just to see what she's like grown into, and she's like a fucking icon now. It's like
Yeah.
hella dope. Like,
Yeah,
and
she got a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio coming
yeah,
out.
she goes, man. She been a star, man. That's
Right,
one thing
yeah.
about T, man. T been a superstar from day one. You know,
Mhm.
that's one thing I could say about her. Like, she really had it. Like, and so, um, you know, so then that, you know, things are going great. And then we end up getting like all our camera equipment stolen, laptop, hard drives.
What?
So that was like you know, it was heavy. It was like, damn, you know, we was kind of sick about that.
How'd it get stolen?
They broke into Cap's car, into his Range Rover, and they took all our bags out.
Let's be very clear.
In
Los
Hollywood.
Angeles is notorious for break-ins in the car. I'm gonna be honest with you. Nigga, was y'all downtown?
Not Hollywood.
Downtown in Hollywood, California are the two main places where people break into cars.
We
said where?
Kitchen
24.
Oh, that was my spot.
Yeah.
Not the lemon petaline, was the garlic wings. It was some shit they had that was amazing there.
Yeah, and we just came back from
was my
amazing
shit.
shoots, whatever we was doing, shooting in like
I was
Warren
only
G
spot
or
out
some
24
shit.
hours.
And then so we just went to celebrate, have some dinner, and then came back, and all his windows was busted, and all our stuff was gone. So that was like a, you know, that was a real pivotal moment. You know, I think in this whole grammar scheme, that's this whole grand scheme of things, that was like a big pivotal moment to like where everything led to, because, you know, once we kind of bounced back from that, Cap's brother Tone, my boy Cadillac Tone, he, you know, he's like, yo, y'all niggas took this like a G. You know, I'm gonna get y'all something like even bigger and better than those cameras. You know,
one step back to take a 10,
you know,
10 leap
and
forward, right?
he ended up buying us a red camera, a red Scarlet,
Ooh.
which is like a big camera, and that allowed us to then get invited on bigger sets. And then which allowed me to like keep like move up, like
when
past
one
the
door
threshold.
closes, another window opens for you.
No,
Always
seriously,
remember
like if that doesn't happen, like damn near none of it happens.
Right.
You know?
Everything happened for
like that's the craziest part about it all, is like, but at the time it's like, damn, my life is over. You know, I just signed the management deal with that big studio.
Right.
And now I don't even have a laptop.
I don't have no
or hard drives or nothing to even manage, you know.
Yeah.
But they believed in me, let me build back up, which they like, we feel like you're gonna build back stronger, and which I did, because that led me to now start putting more instruments in my shit, and violins and guitars and bass and drums, like, and I wasn't even doing that before. I had lost my whole catalog, you know, of everything, you know.
So going, you know, saying fast forwarding a little bit, not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but it's just like when that happened, and when you started to find traction in, you know, creative directing and, you know, doing things in music videos, what was the big major placement that you got with an artist other than
he's speeding it? He's speeding it.
How so?
It's too fast. There's so much more, bro.
Yeah. See that? Hey, this ain't a 3-hour show. You know what I'm saying?
But
if we had it, you know, I understand that. But
we're gonna get to it. But it's like, I don't want people to hear this in like so much pieces, because
well, usually we do part twos. So let's be clear. Like this, I obviously know that at some point in time we got to do a part 2 with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna have a whole season of part 2s. But
we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it.
No, I'm listening.
Who knows when the parts? You know what I'm saying? But this is the, you know, a big reason why I want to talk to you, because I don't want to skim through.
You know, you can't skip.
It's not
through,
like,
right, yeah.
You know, my story ain't the average story where you can skip through like that. You know?
I believe you.
And so you can't just hear this in bits and pieces, because that's kind of the problem now, I think, is people just see the end goal of like my career and my life, and they just see the end. You know, that like no one really knows the process, and that's why I like am here. You know.
No, I get it.
And so I can like walk people through like how it got there. You know, because I think for creatives and just entrepreneurs in general, it's important to understand like not just A to Z, but all the letters in between.
For sure.
You know, because if you just think of A to Z, you probably never get to Z. Like most likely, like you probably will fucking crash out at D. you know, and you don't even know that you own D. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing, like. And
press that again.
Hey,
no, you gotta press it to the bites niggas here. Crash out at D is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Usually I keep it professional and he the asshole, but I gotta agree with that one. First of all, you gonna get to D, and then that's gonna be it for you. You gonna crash out. But hey, God bless, King.
God
bless. Hey, I get it. It's like, listen, you don't know A to Z. You gonna stop at D. The D is gonna be where you stop.
D. I didn't say AD. I just said hey.
That was wild.
Hey, yo.
Crashing out at D is crazy.
My fault.
But okay, continue, King. We're here for it.
But whatever. So, you know, so at, like you know, as we getting on these as we getting on these bigger sets, and you know these other things, you know, that kind of starts progressing. I go kind of more into, you know, a creative, you know, wanting to do like more creative direction, and you know the overall vision for artists and brands and companies and stuff like that. And as I, you know, was kind of slowly developing that pace, I was directing a bunch of videos, but they weren't like, you know, super high budget. Fun fact too, like I said, that's why you can't skip the steps, right? My very first video that I got paid for was Blast, and it was for $300, and it felt like $3,000. It was a song. It was called like "Gotta Make It," some shit. It's old. It was like 2000.
Hey, you know some crazy shit? I produced. My first real placement is with Blast.
Really? Dope. Blast, that's my brother, man.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Shout out to a real nigga, man.
Yeah.
Blast, shout out to Blast, man.
LT, he was a part of group TIU. Shout out to TIU. Shout out to LT, amazing. King and Blast, they was like a duo.
I heard about that.
You know what I'm saying? So Blast did, we shot a video in my studio apartment in K-Town. And that's where we shot the video, like in and around it. That was my very first video that I got paid for ever in my career. So that's why I can't skip the steps. That's an important part, you know, because that is the very first thing that I got paid for, like as a director, you know.
Right.
So that sparks off like a whole nother. It sent me into a whole nother, you know, trajectory. And so
you knew that you could do this shit for real.
Yeah, like for a living, like you can make money from it, like you know.
If 300 is where you start, you be
like damn, like wow, $300 whole dollars, like you know, it's like you know. So, you know, then as I kind of developed my creative direction career, like that started moving like pretty fast, and my guy Damian Sandoval, shout out Damian Sandoval, he's another legendary director from the Bay. He's like, yo, we had just did like a K-Swiss commercial that I creative directed for, and he's like, yo, you super dope. It's like, why don't you, he's like, yo, have you ever did like.
You directed for a K-Swiss?
Yeah, it's creative directed like this whole commercial and this campaign, you know. And with Joy Rich was a dope brand, Japanese brand. Shout out Tom, who's the owner.
And homegirl used to work for them.
Yeah.
Homegirl Katie.
Hey, shout out to your small flexes, though. Say shout out to the owner. I know the owner.
Yeah, my boy Tom. Tom, man, that was because he lifted us in like the fashion space of it, you know, and it was pretty big because we got to do stuff with Snoop Dogg when they did a collab, Playboy collab, Coca-Cola collab. You know, it was a lot of cool things that stemmed from that. But meaning, you know, Damian Sandoval, he was shooting a lot of people's videos. Like I say, he's from the Bay, and he's just like, yo, love the way you work. Like you ever did, you know, like a bigger video. And I'm like, well, not really. And then he shows me a wire for like 90,000 from like Interscope. And it was just like, what? Like you can make that much money, like being like a director or a creative, like, you know? And I was just like, wow, I was just like blown. My mind was blown. And then he's like, yo, just meet me. He's like, meet me 10:30 in the morning tomorrow, and we'll start you on your first video. And I was like, wow, okay. I met him at like 9:30. You know,
absolutely.
You know, met him at
fuck up early.
Meet him at 9:30.
Let's be very clear, man. If somebody gives you an opportunity, show up.
Yeah, you show up earlier. You know, and so we get to the set, huge set, monster set. You know, all this stuff going on. And he's like, yo, have you ever been assistant director? And I'm like, well, not really, you know. He's like, it's easy, you know, you're just basically the buffer from the label and me. The label, the artist, and me. And I'm like, okay, whatever that means, like, you know. And so it's immediately like I'm on this set, and it just goes back to, you know, like I have this flashback of like me in my living room recording videos. You know, it starts like all rushing back, you know, like recording the little videos, you know, telling everybody at school I was gonna work with people on TV. They like all like rushed back, like like it was like a 15-second like rush through my fucking brain of like all these like random ass like memories, like, you know, and then the ultimate like voice was just kind of like, yo, you've been preparing for this shit your whole life, like now's the moment, like you have to absolutely
kill it,
you know. And then so I go in the room.
Question. Oh no, go for it. I'm
sorry. Go for it. Just let me stream. I'll stream through it.
Go for it.
So I go in the room, and then it's Kaylani when she was pregnant, and I'm just like, oh shit, I'm like, oh damn, Kaylani, like, you know, like this is who the video is for, like, and I'm like, wow,
when
like,
she's
you
pregnant.
know, yeah, when she was pregnant, and she was so cool. Shout out Kaylani, she was fucking so dope from like my first time doing that, you know, being on that level of production and artist too, you know. And I was just like, we'll be ready for you in 30, and then close the door, and I was like, holy shit. This is the big leagues. Like, we're here. This is not a fucking drill.
This is not
a game.
This is not a game. This is not a fucking training.
It. You blow this, this, you're done. Everything, your whole life, it was just like your whole life, it just means nothing, damn near. Like, you know, everything you did, all those nights in the garage. Like, I thought about all of this. Like, and then I crushed it, you know, and then from there, me and Damien went to do probably like 70 videos that year.
Yeah.
Damn.
So we did like 70 projects that year.
That's that, yeah.
Yeah.
70 videos in a year. That's some real shit.
That's my rookie year. That's my rookie year. That was my rookie year. That probably might have been the greatest rookie year ever. Like, you know, like for like a fucking shooter, like, you know,
right.
Or somebody in film, you know, 70 videos your first year, like,
yeah, that's tough.
Not really like because you have levels, right? You got like high school, then you got like college, then maybe you got like pro-am, you got like professional. Right. So I'm talking about at the professional level, like, you know, where it's like everything's like $50,000 and up, you know, kind of videos, and the artist is big, and there's all these teams, and there's all these politics, you know, and yeah, and then, you know, probably a couple years after that, that's when I met Ben Mark. Yeah. Ben Mark shot this too, and we ended up connecting and, you know, building a company that he had called Vision Bank, and that was right during quarantine, you know, COVID. So COVID comes, and everybody's like kind of like in the crib, and everybody kind of shook. You know, at this moment, I took like a little shrooms, and this when people, you go on like your little walk.
Shout out to drugs.
Yeah, shout out to drugs. Shout out to drugs.
All right, psychedelics. Fuck it, we can call it psychedelics. I call it drugs.
Shout out to drugs.
Shout out to the good drugs. All right, the good shit. Continue.
Yeah, right. The natural shit. The shit from the earth, God's green earth.
Exactly, God's green.
But I say that to say because it's like I go on these walks. Like I lived in this cool neighborhood, a lot of greenery around, and then that's like I had this like epiphany. I have these epiphanies, you know, from time to time, and it's like a greater voice. It's like my voice, but it just sounds like greater. Like it sounds like
through God's tone.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's like your voice, but like in a God level. Like
I always, you know, what the crazy thing is, even piggyback on that, said I always said that, and what I've been privy to is your intuition is God talking to you directly.
Right. It's like a beam or something.
Yeah,
like
literally. No, it's a feeling, like just like a heartbeat, just like the way your heart beat is. That means if something is in your head and in your mind that you feel like you're hearing a voice, that's God talking to you directly.
Yeah. You know, and then, but the voice was like, yo, this is your moment to be like a famous director, meaning like everybody gonna know you, like the city gonna know you, everybody gonna know what you've done, you know? Because I think up until then people did know, but it's like a difference of being like just directing and being like a very notable, like kind of like famous director where people's like kind of stopping you on the streets, you know? It's two different vibes. And so that's what the voice was telling me, is like, if you want to be that with your younger self, always wanted to be when you saw TRL, you know, beat 106 in Park, Rap City, and you wanted your videos on that shit, and you wanted to be on that, like this is the time. Like this next window, it was like this window of like a month or two, that's all you got. If not, you'll just be a mediocre director for the rest of your career. good luck with that, kind of thing.
So you feel that capitalizing on an opportunity that you had at that time was your window towards success?
Yeah, that was probably the best thing that we did was capitalize on everybody being out the game, and then we just subbed ourselves in the game. And then like we just became the game after that because everybody else is scared in their house.
And the crazy thing is I've always correlated certain people's understanding of an opportunity based off of like basketball. All three of us here have played basketball, understand basketball. At some point in time, you realize, yo, I'm in the NBA. I'm in the league. I have a jersey. My name is on the back. It's the Pelicans. It's the Lakers. It's the Suns. It's the whatever on the front. I'm really in the league. I'm really out here with Kevin Durant. I'm really out here with LeBron. So at some point in time, even though that you're at the end of the bench, the coach will call your name.
Yeah.
And when the coach calls your name, it's whatever it is that you end up being good at. Either you're a three-point specialist, defensive specialist, rebounder, blocker, or a scorer. Even if they have a scorer, you came off the bench to be the 7th, 8th, 9th man to get buckets. So if you don't do that for whatever it is that you do, you'll find yourself back on the bench. And I feel like everybody at some point in time has to understand when it is their time to get in the game and score and when it is to sit on the side and be patient. And I feel like you've been patient in so many avenues and so many understandings of your life in general, just waiting for your moment. Because it's one thing to feel like, because everybody that went to the league averaged 30 in high school.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Everybody. Out of all those people, but it's like when you get to the league, it's different. You have to wait your time to be what specifically you believe that you can be or what they believe that you could be. Yeah. And I think that with having these opportunities that you talk about, with just capitalize on them and being ready, that's what allows you to be great and to be at this point where you're at now, where it's like, all right, now you the man because you put in your 10,000 hours, you paid your dues, you know what I'm saying, you did all these certain things that other people just wouldn't even know that you did.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's pretty much what this show is about. I know that we need a part 2 because there's so much more to your story that we need. But just in general, based off of what you were even saying and what you were depicting about your story, it lets people know that you are literally the epitome of the process. You're an understanding of what it means to be able to start from somewhere, get another place, and then advance yourself to another perspective of yourself. Because it's one thing to never believe that you could get here, or achieve these things. It's another thing to have this certain mindset about yourself in like 8th grade, 7th grade, and then know that when you get that shot, it's like, all right, cool, nigga, I've been shooting threes in the corner, nigga, since I was 7. Right. So you pass the ball to me, nigga, I'm gonna hit this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think that deserves the most recognition about anything in your story, is the fact that you have been not only persistent, consistent, but confident. Because not a lot of people are confident in their skills. That's why they get to the league and they fizzle out, because they don't believe that they're that nigga. You know what I'm saying? They believe that they're on the team with Kobe and they'll only be the nigga that passes in the ball rather than the nigga that takes the shot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And because of that, personally, I like to physically give you your flowers, King. Yo, and here on the Tuned In podcast, it's a gold flower, brother. Because at the end of the day, I look at it as giving you your flower when you can actually receive it.
Yeah, and when I receive
it. And thank you, brother. I'm glad. Just make some noise for that. You know what I'm saying? For giving my nigga his flower when he deserves it, when he can smell it, even though it's plastic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? While you on your way
use your imagination.
Yeah, and you can appreciate it though.
No. It's I look at it as I get the symbolism.
And that's what's similar. I can just give you a high five, nigga, and say good job. You know what I'm saying? But to actually physically give you your flower, it's to know that you are somebody who deserves it and who's earned it based off of your story and based off of your persistence in what it is that you believe that you're capable of doing. Because some motherfuckers wait to give people their flowers either when they're dead, when they're already at the top and they don't need it. Because I know I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I already made it. I'm already here. But to give somebody their flower when it's like, all right, cool, I know that there's still more that I can do. It's like, okay, well, I also see that you believe that there's more that you can do, and I see you. And I just wanted to give you that flower and let you know that, you know what I'm saying, that you appreciate it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, for real shit. You know what I'm saying? Shake my hand, king.
Yeah, my dog.
You know what I'm saying? Real shit.
Appreciate that,
just
man.
want you to know that.
For real.
Yeah, so this has been a very inspiring story, very inspiring journey, and we haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg just based off of all the shit that you've been through and certain things that you've had that's transpired in your life. But we going on damn near 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? And we need a part 2 to really get into depth about certain things that you've experienced, certain things that you've, been able to cultivate on your own, and certain things that you've had in the sense of, your sorrows and your wins. And I just wanted to be able to give you your flowers. I appreciate you coming on the show to at least talk about that, at least from the beginning to where it's gotten to this point too. So I want to let the people know anything that you have coming up, anything that you look out for, and where they can follow you on your social media, so we can, at least get people to, be a part of the journey that you're on right now.
I mean, you can follow me on socials at M.Dot for Mayor, M.DOT FORMAYOR. You can also follow Disrupt Mag, DSRPT.mag. And just look for more stuff from Disrupt Mag. Like we need.
And what specifically is that? Because what specifically does Disrupt Mag promote?
It's a fashion editorial, and we kind of highlight different people in the creative space. Artists, actors, influencers, athletes, executives. Just different people that kind of are disrupting the system that we're in or the industry that they're in, and kind of making noise and doing their thing. That's kind of like who we feature on our covers. So yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at now. Where ultimately everything led to is like having my company Disrupt, and that's now its own successful entity too as well now. So yeah, there's just a lot of cool stuff coming from Disrupt Mag.
Word for sure. Okay. That's wonderful, man. I appreciate any videos or anything coming out as far as, because I know you're not even really into creative directing anymore, music videos.
Well, yeah, I am, but it's just kind of more all channel. It's more I do like more like brand commercials, and
yeah, let's be very clear.
Yeah,
my nigga said he ain't small timing no more. He ain't fucking with little artists. He fucking with major Fortune 500 companies at this point. God bless.
So everything's kind of just more in the fashion space, visually, a lot more this time. But still do videos and select the videos and stuff like that. Like we recently did a Chris Brown and Jeremiah video, and so yeah, it's just kind of just having fun with it now at this point.
Word.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Hey, man. We appreciate you for coming and spreading your story, telling us, your journey and all the, the intricate and interesting things that has transpired in your life. We definitely have to have a part 2. That's for sure. We plan to do a whole season of part 2s with very exclusive people that we had on the show that we need to hear more from. And you or my brother are definitely one of those people that we need to hear more from, just in an inspirational, aspect. But Mr. LA, let them know where they can follow you at. You know what I'm saying? They call him T-Reg. Let them know where they can follow you at and what you got going on.
T-Reg, Instagram, T.Reg, Twitter, TDOTREG, TikTok, TDOTREG. Follow your boy, man. Y'all know what's going on.
What's up? And shout out the page, too. The production page and the,
the production page. I need to be more active on there. I ain't gonna lie, I think it's 2 underscores PBTR and another 2 underscores produced by T-Reg, because I really don't be on it. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, listen, you gonna get on that page where
but,
you tonight. We forced
I got the mobile detailing business.
Right?
Later Alligator Detail. Y'all go check in, tap in with that. Fuck with your boy. Let me get you right. So I can get this vehicle and hire others to do it, so I ain't got to do it no more. But yep, let me get you right. Let's go.
That part, right? That part. You know what I'm saying? And you can follow me at it's your boy Tunde here, aka TunGotJokes. You can follow me on all of my social media platforms at TunGotJokes. That's TUNGOTJOKES. And also make sure to follow the Tuned In Podcast Instagram.
Yes, sir.
We'll be dropping more videos, more clips, and more interesting conversations coming very, very soon.
Yep.
Yeah, that has been this section, or been this segment of the Tuned In Podcast. I am your host, TUNDEEEEEE, aka TunGotJokes. And if you think our show is dope, if you think our show is dumb, we don't get no fuck. We did it tuned in way. So let's make some noise for our special guest, M.Dot, and another great episode. And we'll be back next time. And like that, we are out. Stay tuned in. We'll catch you next time.